Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds, and I'm hanging out with these nerds today.
Nathan Nerdarch.
Nerdarch is Ted.
And, it's that time of the week when we gather in Ted's basement and hang out with you guys and talk about stuff.
Nerdy stuff, most likely.
Most likely. So, what's up, gentlemen? People are chatting away. Basement and hang out with you guys. And it's working.
Nerdy stuff, most likely.
Although I did not see us. I just hear us. So what's up,
Yeah, that's true.
You guys talk. I will.
So we got sound, but possibly no visual.
You definitely have sound.
Okay, well, I mean that's something. I mean they might not want to see our faces anyway. I hear sometimes people just minimize us and listen.
Looks like it.
Live chat, Nerdarchy, the podcast, on YouTube.
All right, it looks like I see us now.
Well, Elfbait's saying that Dave knew color, so he's clearly seeing you.
Oh, yeah! Whoa!
We had a special shoot yesterday, and we had
I got prettied up for it.
Our guest who was here was like, I saw the live chat yesterday. You didn't look like that. Were we cutting off Nate's head?
No. Crotch shots, maybe. Kenyatta said angle camera up.
Kenyatta said Dave is so pretty.
Yeah, so I decided to tame the bush. Funny story, right? So we had Brian Stillman came down from New York, professional film producer, videographer, video shooter, production guy. I don't know exactly what his titles are. He makes movies. He makes movies, TV, and he's been in journalism for like 20 years. So he comes down and we're talking, and he talks about Daves and how many Davids. Is it Daves or Davids? And then the conversation just switched, right? So I just didn't really think that much of it. And then later he's talking, and he's like, "How you guys all related? What is the connection?" And I'm like, then I realized that he thinks there's more of us. And I'm like, so I go, and because he mentions like the interview the other day, and that guy, right? I'm like, you're talking about the interview. Okay, I know who you're talking about because I was the guy on the interview with you, Seth and Kelly. He's like, what? And then, so that being said, that was before I went and went to the barber and my wife colored my beard and hair. And also he's passing like kidney stones or something like that, so he also might have been medicated during the interview as well, because I know he's been in a lot of pain because of that.
Not laughing at the pain, laughing at the reaction of thinking that you were somebody else.
I know.
Well, you went from like Gandalf flight to to like 30.
Mr. Auburn beard.
It's my beardomancy in full effect. Hey, what's up, Comrade? I always thought Comrade was an older dude, and I don't know if I was thinking of somebody else that we interact with or whatever, because he was in my fan game. I was like, oh, no, he's a young kid.
Oh, wow.
So, but it's cool. Like, that's why the fan games are cool. When we get you guys on there, then we get to interact and see what you look like.
We get to associate a name and a face. It's nice.
Not just a screen name. Speaking of interacting and fan games and that kind of stuff, if you guys want to play in a game with us live, you have that opportunity coming up next week. You guys just head over to Concoction in Cleveland. We will be hanging out there. We're each going to be running a game. We're going to do 2 panels. And the day before the convention begins, I believe the 8th, we are going to be doing a meetup. We haven't really picked the place yet. Doug's been doing some scouting. We're gonna actually have to make the call like Sunday, Monday, probably, and decide like on a place so we can email people that have filled out the survey and let them know what we're going to do, where we're going to be at, and we're gonna get together. We're gonna play some D&D. We're gonna throw funny shaped dice. Maybe we'll drink. Maybe we'll have food. Whatever. We're gonna do something. The things will be happening.
But there will be a Nerdarchy hangout, and we will have fun.
We still don't have the place?
Nope.
Well, that's part of the excitement of rolling with us.
Yeah.
So we'll be in that area.
No, well, we did look at the one place, but they don't. The place we looked at, they actually don't take reservations. So it wasn't like we could just rent it out. And it's like 20 minutes from the actual convention. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to go quite that far or if we want to see
It's 20 minutes car ride, yeah.
You know, if there's something a little bit more local, or if we just invade a place, like, I don't know, we'll just show up at TGI Fridays or something and be like, bam, D&D.
So this is funny. Dubois says, I thought Ted's Mimic shirt was a Sixers shirt at first.
Got the colors.
Well, you know,
I think
they're ready. He's really close to where they play, so.
I am, but I don't think you're going to find me wearing a whole lot of sports shirts.
You know,
Unless-
Ted does not sports.
Unless a shirt that just said sports with an exclamation point or something.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny. I think
Ted does not sports.
Hey, I used to really play a lot of volleyball. I wasn't really good, but I enjoyed playing.
Good enough for entertainment purposes. It was fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's the convenience of having a nice backyard and endless parties. Endless family parties.
Yeah, his family does like to congregate.
That is
It's
true.
like just one tactical strike. We can eliminate them all at once.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot. There's always somebody that isn't able to make it. So
In my family, there's like 7 June, July birthdays, so we just like cram them all together and be like, party time, giant cake.
So Justin Harris says Nerdarchy needs to come to the PNW. I don't know where that is.
I'm bad with acronyms.
So that would make it really hard. Help a brother out. So tonight we're gonna play some Star Wars.
yeah.
Pew 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 pew.
Looking forward to
And I guess
And I'm gonna
lame
play some,
Jedis.
lame Jedi.
And I'm gonna play some
Jedis
D&D.
are so lame.
Jedis are lame.
They suck. They're lame. That's why they all got murdered. Because they deserve to be murdered for being so lame.
The Force said it was okay,
Yeah.
pretty much.
All right, you guys weigh in the comments. Are Jedi's lame?
Lame. Smugglers and what is it? Smugglers and
Elbows.
Bounty Hunters. Was that the other book?
No.
No. What is it?
Just turn around. It's right behind you.
Yeah. It's back
Edge
here.
of the Empire, Age of Rebellion.
Edge of
Force
the
and
Empire is a
Destiny.
good one.
So Edge of the Empire. It's a good book. I mean, you can
It's
play.
the only one you need.
You can play Star Wars without Jedi. It's just if you're gonna have Jedi in the game, like most people are gonna want to be Jedi.
Not most
Yeah,
people.
and then you
You're the
might as well
oddball.
just have
No,
everybody be
half
Jedi.
of us in Mike's game are not Jedi. Half of us are much cooler than the rest of you guys.
No, there's 5 players.
No, there's not. When's the last time we had a 5th player? Do you see? And there will not be a 5th player here tonight either. So half the players said Jedis are lame. We got Murderbot and we got my character that's a gunslinger.
So Meat Moose says Jedis are the best.
You're dead to me.
Nerd Doug says Imperial Operative for the win. Comrade 2261 says Jedi sucks. If there's a true way.
There you go.
So that's still a Force user though.
It's not a Jedi. They kill Jedi.
See, if you had 2 Jedi in the party, you could have a Sith and the Apprentice
James
instead of any Jedi.
James Lully says I always preferred smugglers and scoundrels. Elfbait says I do like having them in my games.
Other the bad guys. So Ian Trout wants to know, how would you build a nun PC in 5e?
A nun PC?
Is that the Redemption Paladin, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah,
You
or
gotta make a pacifist character. I mean,
Or the Tranquility Monk?
yeah, I think Tranquility Monk would be a good option as well.
yeah,
if the nun
Tranquility
knew,
Monk.
if the nun knew Kung Fu, Tranquility Monk.
Meat Moose says rest in peace. Could you say he's dead?
Yeah,
I still like him.
Just to him. Dave doesn't control reality yet.
not yet. One day.
But he does like Fett, so he says he likes bounty hunters.
Oh, there we go.
Does Meat Moose still have to die, or can he live?
Fett's rather overrated.
I don't know. Is that like liking Drizzt Do'Urden?
It might be. Boba Fett is like the most overrated character of all time. He didn't do anything ever.
And from the guy who likes to read novels that didn't touch a single Star Wars book.
No.
Yeah, they really fleshed out Boba Fett in the
Later, yeah.
in the books.
After they killed him.
He didn't die.
Boba Fett lives.
in your heart, he didn't die.
Oh yeah, that's all. That's not canon anymore, right?
I
They
don't know.
fanboyed him back to life.
I don't know what's considered in and what's considered out.
Well, with a guy with a missile backpack, I can't imagine a creature actually that swallows him living through the experience. Personally, do you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's got a missile.
He's got a missile. He's got a
missile versus stomach. What do you think wins?
It just depends on the stomach, I guess.
This is true.
I've eaten some pretty explosive things in my time. And wished I hadn't, but I survived.
Yeah, but there's a difference between explosive as in, man, that was spicy and hot, and, oh my god, this can actually blow up and force its way out of my stomach.
Yeah, well, you know, it is really weird, though, that Star Wars just has this habit of making these characters that are really visually appealing to fans, and then just, like, killing them or making them lame.
Well, it's like that's sci-fi for you, I think. You know, you got all these cool ideas. Only so many people can be, like, the crew that never dies part.
Right.
You know, everybody else has got to be cool looking, but they're probably going to die.
Comrade says, canon is what you decide.
Elfbait says, missiles, flamethrower, poison darts, concussion rockets, and a grappling hook. I don't know. To me,
grappling hook is kind of weird in space, don't you think? Like when you have jetpacks and stuff.
Yeah, but very few people actually have the grappling hook that he does. The jetpack that he does. Like, yeah, it's kind of pointless.
But if you run out of fuel or malfunction and you got to stay on the ship, it's important to have a jetpack.
And Boba Fett was
a grappling hook.
The kind of person that's like, well, I have something for every contingency. I felt that, you know, what they did with his backstory to have that more incorporated and to bring essentially Boba Fett to the prequel trilogy, you know, I think was a bit of a stretch and a challenge. But you know, I still love the story of Jasper Muriel, the stormtrooper who, you know, killed his Imperial officer because he didn't like what he was doing and went off to become a bounty hunter. I know, but I've got story
in my heart. Nah, guys, love what you love, man. It's all good. Even if you're wrong, you can love it.
Even if you're wrong.
General Grievous. I like General Grievous actually as well. I thought that was a very cool concept.
Man,
is it because he was a robot that used lightsabers but wasn't a Jedi?
It was. and the way he got those lightsabers.
Oh, yeah.
By killing Jedi.
His street cred makes him cool.
Yeah, that definitely makes him cred. So, what is it? Voltaire's Wind. Or Voltaire's Rewind? Flying Nun PC. So that clearly, you just add... You either have to go with Feral Tiefling or the Aarakocra.
What about a celestial sorcerer that's going to get angel wings instead of... is he just
the Azamar gets them, too.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You could go Azamar.
I think Azamar is definitely a better way to go for a nun than a tiefling.
Or you
the
could just
Aarakocra.
beg, borrow, steal uncommon magic item that gives you glide or something. Like a hat that you wear. to go true flying nun.
When is your next game?
My next game is tonight.
You guys are playing like every week.
We played every week, yeah, since Ted's game.
Are we allowed to talk about Doug's Spelljammer game?
I don't know. Doug, are we allowed to talk?
It's a secret. It's happening soon, right?
I'm pretty sure I don't know if we're allowed to say who's in it. I don't know. Doug, you're the gatekeeper on that. How about that? Yeah. I put you in charge since you're actually in charge of the game.
All right, we won't talk about it until Doug says we can talk about it.
All right,
but
do we want to talk Save or Dice?
Yeah, we can talk Save or Dice.
So, like, you've had the second session with the new game.
With season 3, Cody's running. Yeah.
So how is that going?
Good. Go watch it. It's up there. I don't want to give spoilers, man.
Well, it could.
We're having fun, man. I just want to let you guys know that Dr. Brasso Hill is a badass with that whip. All my kills are with the whip. I fight with a machete and a whip. I always get the kill with the whip. So,
do you get sneak attack with that? I don't know.
I'm a ranger.
A ranger, okay.
And I'm a horde breaker.
Oh, nice. Man.
So I feel like everyone does...
Hunter.
Well, that is Hunter.
Colossal Slayer, right?
Colossal Slayer.
Well, because if someone's damaged, you get an extra longsword attack on them, pretty much, worth of damage. So it makes sense.
So, actually you get...
Can you whip 2 people if you got Horde Breaker on? Isn't that the one where you can cleave, or I don't remember?
No, you don't cleave. If there's an enemy within 5 foot of them, you get to attack them both.
Oh.
So it's like a multi-attack. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. I mean, he's using some house rules like if you get up from being prone, it draws an attack of opportunity unless you use your bonus action and reaction.
Both the bonus action and reaction?
Yeah.
Ouch. Okay, well,
And
that
he
actually
does-
does give some kind of
Tactical
advantage to knocking someone down besides... Well, I mean, you get advantage to them and they have disadvantage, but...
And then also he's using flanking, so if you flank, you get a +1 to hit. So yeah, he's doing some different ones, and I love Jim Davis's character, the voice that he does for Hull, and also too we were like in one fight, and he's like, "Nah, you guys got this. I'm just gonna watch." Encouragement. So yeah, so I think we're having a lot of fun with that game, and then
yeah, I enjoyed the party composition.
Will is playing the dwarf, Will from Encounter Roleplay, and it basically he's like 850 years old, and his wife left him, so he's finally left his cave, and I feel like he's like run into these three like frat boys, which are the halflings, and their only goal is to get him back into the world and maybe get him laid to help him forget his wife.
Wow. I didn't know the backstory.
Yeah. So
we're with the other Saver Dice game with Numenera. We're still getting to explore some of that stuff. I like the fact that Mike threw us right into action. So we get to slowly get into backstories and all the different things that are going on. It's going to be an interesting game because he's like, we clearly saw that action and mechanics are being used without it actually being combat. So I think that's going to be interesting because he says that he's not a huge fan of combat.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly, if the first session is any dictator, he's got ways to put in threats and danger without, it's a monster to fight.
And I think a game like Numenera, Cypher System, The Strange, those mechanics lend themselves really well to not just combat, but more specifically overcoming obstacles.
Right.
And it was cool. Like I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys had some flaming fun.
Well, when you're on a ship, flaming fun can be a problem.
So yeah, it was good. It sounded like you guys were having a good time.
Yeah. So some of us are still trying to, work out the system both mechanically and technologically, because we're using Roll20 and not all of us are familiar with that. So there's some stuff to work out. But I think as the game goes on, we'll be able to have a much better flow.
So looking forward to seeing what comes out of that.
So did Doug say we can talk about it?
He did.
All right.
You can be the ambassador.
Okay, so there is a Spelljammer game coming on. Doug's going to be the DM. I'm just going to say who's in it rather than get too far into it. But Megan R. Miller is going to be one of the players. She's an author for the Nerdarchy site, and she's also an author. You can check out her stuff over
Isn't
Amazon.
she playing some kind of like psychic spider or something?
No, she is playing an arachnoid, and she's playing a warlock arachnoid. And I'm playing the psychic
Bug.
Yeah. So I'm playing an arcane trickster called Five Hand Stan. And he's got 4 arms, and he's got his mage hand, so that's why he's Five Hand Stan. And we've got
Anthony from Cardboard Fortress.
He is playing a ooze warlock.
An ooze warlock.
And he's playing an ooze alien being, ooze warlock. Like.
And I do know he's obsessed with getting rid of his bones and becoming more ooze-like.
I don't know. He might not even have bones.
I think he does because his objective is to become like an ooze.
Okay.
And Doug is like he was the most normal one out of the bunch. And then you guys have Kenyatta and Ben, right?
Yeah. Kaneda is playing a connoisseur of foods and cook. Who he's a ranger and he's hunting exotic beasts and alien creatures to see how they taste.
Horizon Walker.
I think he's doing Horizon Walker. I think we talked about. I don't know. Are you doing Horizon Walker? I don't know if he decided at the end. It was kind of like a little bit towards the end. We were wondering who was going to play what. And then we've got Ben from Puffin Forest, and he is going to play a small furry type creature, druid.
Oh wait a minute. Oh yeah, but Doug told me he kept envisioning him as a robear.
A Robert?
From Thundercats.
Kind of like, yeah, like an Ewok Robert kind of looking thing.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's going to be kind of crazy and strange.
Yeah, it is going to be kind of funny, and we're all on the ship, the Illrigger.
Apparently, Keenan is very excited about the Spelljammer game because he's like, "Woohoo, Nerdarchy, talk about it! I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. Talk about it! You're killing me!"
Yeah, so I'm really excited for it. That's going to be Fridays, 1:30 to 3:30.
Yeah,
Eastern Standard Time.
So of that bunch, I've played with Megan, who's a really good role player. I played with Doug. I'm curious to see what he does as a GM. He's a great player. I suspect he's also a great GM. I've seen Anthony play. He's a great player. And he is a really good role player when he's not fucking around.
When he's not gobbling?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Nate.
He's super into the character.
And then there's Nate. Nate is going to be the straight man, I think.
Yep, I'm going to be taking the role of the android that is funny but isn't because he's trying to be. But I'm the individualist bug person from the Hive Collective.
But now tell us about your character. It sounds like fun. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun. And Doug is like, for some reason, it just seems like this game is going to be centered around food. For some reason. And there's been, I've heard the rumor that there's already been talk about contracts amongst the crew as to whether or not it's okay to eat the other individuals if they die or not.
That is awesome.
Five Hand Stan might need some pocket money. And if he's dead, who cares? Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. And that is going to start the week after we get back from Concoction. So I think the March, I want to say 16th. If that's a Friday, then it's that day.
If it's not, maybe not.
If it's not, then it's whatever day's closest to that. That's a Friday.
Wahaha. Yeah, so yeah, that's going to happen like just after the live chat.
Yep.
So I can only assume this is in reference to Morning Canaan, but it says, question, do you think we could see a Minotaur PC race in the book because they are focusing on the Blood Wars?
I don't know, and I don't really feel that the Blood Wars really have anything to do with Minotaurs per se. So, I mean, obviously...
Didn't someone, the demon, make Minotaurs in the canon?
Well, Baphomet is kind of like the Horned King and kind of like a patron to them or like a worshipped like a god to them. But I don't know that exactly that he created Minotaurs. It might be in the lore. I don't remember. Well, I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the video we did on him. I don't remember. Too much information. And that's the thing too. Like, because you're talking D&D, in your world, it could have been him that created him. I've done that before. I don't remember if that's canon or not for that. I know he makes Minotaurs. Like he's the cultists that are favored by him can be risen up to a Minotaur. Mm. But then you have worlds like Kryn, right, where they have their own Minotaur races.
Definitely got a different type of Minotaur.
I will say though, we did a kind of like a review and discussion on Drex Draconis. What is it? Rex Draconis. And we actually had the guys that are going to be working on the project, as well as Richard Knack, on a live chat talking about it. Then we talked about the book that I had read, short novella. It's like 150 pages, and they are turning it into a campaign setting, and that is absolutely going to have Minotaurs in it. So, so you might you may have another option for Minotaurs than what's out there right now. Currently, what's out there, I do not really like that much.
It's just the UA. And
it's kind of mild. Like I don't like they did a weird stat breakdown, and like I feel like a Minotaur should just have a high strength.
I agree.
So.
Trepus Topaz, no, we did not stop doing the recaps of Critical Role. We filmed episode 8 today. So, there you go. They just come out once a week.
Let's see. The entities responsible for Minotaurs and Challenges and Squirties. I'm almost certain. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Baphomet is one of my favorite demon lords. So I am totally okay with him being heavily invested in in
Kenan?
no.
Oh.
In Minotaurs in our world. I cannot speak to what they're going to do there. But I'm totally down with it.
As far as world building, we're going to have 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a world building. Kaneda and I will be talking about putting villains into the world, and we're going to go basically back through some of the things we've done previously in world building, and we're going to add in some villainous things. We did a villainy thing last night, and it went over really well, so I was like, we should continue this into into the world building section.
Yeah, it looked like people were digging it. Yeah, I don't know why Topaz thinks we didn't do them. I'm pretty sure we put one up this week. You copied all the links.
What was that?
I said you copied all the links.
Yeah, I did. Why is there not one up there?
I don't know. I think there should be.
I think there is. I thought I saw it. I mean,
Dun, dun, dun.
Was it session 6 should have gone up?
That sounds about right. Yeah. Critical Role Campaign 2, Session 6 review and recap. Spoilers. It's up. It exists.
Now you said you just filmed 8, so 7's in the can somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we recorded, episode 8, or the review recap of episode 8. What, 1 o'clock today?
Yeah, I don't know where exactly they play Critical Role live. Like, I know it's on Alpha. I know it's on Twitch. I know they did do it on YouTube. I don't know if they're still doing it on YouTube live. But it does look like when I went over there earlier today, doesn't look like the replay is up yet on YouTube. So maybe they're delaying it or whatever. And I think they do them as podcasts too. And I think there's just a delay there too. And that's originally why we put such a big delay, because like last campaign, I'm pretty sure it would take a week before they would put it somewhere else. So we want it to be a week after that, so people would have time to check it out and watch it, and then they could listen to us talk about it without being spoilers.
Right.
I know other people are like, you will get more views if you put it out sooner, but we're like, whatever. If you want to come and hear our take on it, you can. If not, that's okay too. We lag a little bit behind.
And we just don't want the people who like us and like Critical Role to have spoilers before they have a chance to watch it.
Correct.
And we're able to answer any kind of questions that you guys might have. If you have something, just when you throw your question in the chat, put question or at Nerdarchy before it, so that we can
Square
be able to
root
pick
of
it out.
10,333.
That's this guy.
Math that, biatch.
But you didn't put question or at Nerdarchy in front of it. So.
Curses.
See, you didn't follow the protocols that I just laid down.
So Slats says it gets posted. It doesn't get posted until Monday.
So there you go. There's stuff.
Let's see. Fierce Mushroom. I had to stop watching Critical Role most of the way through season 1. We never even bothered with season 1. We just started with season 2 and didn't look back. It does not exist to us.
Well, I mean, it would be like a part-time job to catch up at this point.
It's a lot, and I kind of contemplated like, do I go back and start watching the first game? Will that mess me up in any way, shape, or form? So I don't know. I think as they keep talking about things that as players, not characters, nods to the original game, I'm like, part of me wants to go and check out the other stuff.
So Justin Harris question: what classes stats would you use for a tiefling who wants to become a full devil but is lawful neutral? 1, switch that neutral part to evil. Your desire alone to become a devil, it makes you evil. They are cosmically alignment challenged, I would say.
Yeah, they're pretty nasty cosmically.
Yeah. So, but I'm kind of digging all of a sudden the conquest or the Oath of Conquest Paladin. I think that's the way you should go.
That'd be a good one. You
can also do Fiendish Warlock Pack, because that would be more in the tradition of demon and devil things. Because let's say you have you've got a really crummy devil, whatever's below an imp. Then you get to be an imp, and then you get to move on towards a hierarchy of it. So
there's nothing below an imp.
There's those weird
Lemurs.
Yeah, the gross looking things.
Goops. They're goops.
Goop people.
Goop people. Evil goop people.
I thought they
which
were
are easier to kill than zombies.
I thought they were stronger than.
No, they're basically they're like the lost souls that have fallen to hell, and they will then I don't know if it was Lemures or Mains. One of them is demons and one of them is a devil.
Yeah, but they're kind of on the same.
They're the same thing. Yeah, they're like the petitioners, and they will become like they have to work their way up, and after suffering for a millennium, maybe they can become an imp.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the imp. So you got if you're a tiefling, you could say that you're kind of maybe you're higher up, especially if you're favored through some kind of contractual obligation to somebody.
Yeah, Elfbait says Lemure.
Okay.
So Fragonator wants us to make a Myconid playable race.
Ted already did. He played one.
In that game, not on D&D.
Close enough.
I just got some info on a shroom race that somebody gave me, so I don't know. I'll talk to him about if he wants to have it put up someplace for Nerdarchy.
Was that Anthony?
It might have been.
Look at this thing.
I'm checking it out.
Yeah, he's got a whole handful of stuff that he's created race wise for 5 years.
It's not anywhere you can look at though.
Well, no, but I discussed with him.
It could be in the works. We're gonna check it out.
I discussed with him the possibility of putting it up on the website.
Ian Trout wants to know, how do you organize all your game schedules?
We say, hey guys, you doing something?
Poorly, mostly poorly.
You doing something next Saturday?
Most of the time, we lock things into like typically the D&D game that I run is the second Saturday of the month. His is the third Saturday of the month. Star Wars kind of fits in wherever it can based on the GM schedule. Some games are just run a certain day at a certain time every week. Like the Phase Rip game, the Scarlet Sisterhood game, RPG Crate game is typically the fourth Friday of the month. So like if you lock in things on certain parameters with every once in a while needing to make a change, that.
And then sometimes we do a fan game. We announce a date and time on here, and then usually the person that did that, it's like, oh fuck, when is that game again?
I actually have gone back and watched the live chat to figure out when I said. So I'm like, did I say 6 or 7? I don't remember at all.
Which day was that?
I typically write that information down and then
Yeah, so we kind of set points of light in a way, like every which day is like going to have an actual like locked in time, like Ted's Narcitus game.
Elfbait.
Locked in time.
I have an answer for this. Any hints for finding players online games without cattle calling the entire interwebs? Create a mildly successful YouTube channel. It should only take you like 4 or 5 years, and then you will never lack for players.
You could also check out the Discord channel, Nerdarchy's Discord channel, and we have a looking for group channel section in that.
And also on the Company of the Nag group, I've seen games form up over there.
Yeah, Company of the Nag, they've definitely done some online groups stuff together.
I would look to the people you're kind of interacting with online already and see if those people are interested. Let's see, DM Dom, what do you got to say?
Says if we at Drinks and Dragons can set up a place to host a meetup for you guys at PAX Unplugged this year, would it be a food and drinks thing, or would you guys want to run games? Yes.
Both of those.
Yeah. Me and Nate are gonna drink and eat, and Ted's gonna run games.
Yeah, and we're gonna armchair quarterback him.
Yeah. Oh, we can be like the old guys from the Muppets. Can you set up like a stand somewhere for us to be higher up?
Or the guys, the Car Talk guys that did the stuff for they also did Cars. The announcers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We could be those two guys.
I like the Muppets. The Craccio guys from the Muppets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely figure something out. That's have they even announced PAX Unplugged yet? I haven't seen anything.
I have not looked in the last 2 weeks, but the last time I did look, I did not see any information.
Well, I think it was successful enough that they're going to do it again. So just hope they do it right in the same spot.
Yeah.
Or someplace really close.
I think this year we should stay over.
I kind of liked going on the train. I saw some Nerdarchy fans. We talked to people that were actually like going.
Yeah, but we could actually have equipment with us, and
yeah, there's
and it's a less long of a day if you like go back someplace and hang out.
You know what we can do is we can have a room.
It's got to be cheaper than Gen
Con.
Con.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, probably renting a house for the month is cheaper than Gen Con sometimes.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, you have a house for rent for about a month.
I think
need to technically have it for 5 days. But
what is it, Airbnb? I think that's what we're gonna do. for Origins with Cody from Taken 20. I think he's found like a decent spot. He's just gonna try and pack a house full of people. So I think he found someplace with like 3 bedrooms. I was like, that works. Let me know. Coming in.
Yeah. So as far as PAX Unplugged, that sounds really cool. Playing games and drinking and eating.
Yeah. No, we definitely want to do that anyway. With this being the first one, we weren't sure how things were going to work out. And it's cool, too, because Gene and Jen from my game came down to PAX Unplugged, and so they'll be there, so that would be really cool to interact with them in person again. Maybe get Jen to run a game. She always complains about being forever DM, so I was like, be forever DM for me.
Trepis Topaz says Airbnb is terrifying.
I've heard different stories. Some people it works out really well with. I've actually heard horror stories as well. So, it sounds like it might be a crapshoot. See what happens. Cody's going to handle it, so he's very thorough.
He's going to be the canary in the coal mine.
I think so. He's very thorough with stuff, so I have a lot of faith and confidence in him. Bards in the Basement. Hey, Elfbait. Bards in the Basement wants to know if you play on Roll20. Fantasy Grounds. It's the way to go, guys.
Just saying.
if the Fantasy Grounds college people were here, they would tell you. They would tell you so emphatically.
They might even super chat about
it. That's true. They have been known to do that as well. DM Don says, if I understand correct, guys, PAX is set for the next 5 years. Well, that's cool. And I mean, it's right down there in downtown. I hope it's not always the same weekend as the marathon, because that's one of the things that really screwed it up, I think, and made it tough. Or maybe that's why they could get like maybe a good price because of that, because it's like it's going to suck.
There was a marathon? I don't remember.
Yeah, they had the Broad Street Marathon. Not the first day, but the second day.
I traveled in a giant metallic snake. It took me places into tunnels unknown, and then when I came out, I was in a city. I didn't see a marathon. I don't remember a marathon.
Form 5, to each his own. I don't drink. That's okay. Ted doesn't drink either.
Wow, there's a whole conversation going on about that.
Elfbait, no VTTs, sadly. And that's okay, too. A lot of our games, most of our games are just theater of the mind, and we use... I think even the game you're playing in, you guys aren't really using a virtual tabletop. You're just using the dice roller.
We're just using the dice roller so that, it's out there and there's, everybody's on the up and up. It's just,
I did watch and I did see Ted trying to cheat with real dice, but...
I rolled not knowing I was supposed to be using that because
he's like, oh look, 2 natural 20s.
No, I rolled 1 die and he's like, oh, we're supposed to be doing this instead. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I do that? And once things got going, I was like, well, I don't see my rolls. I don't know what I got, so I have to get educated on Roll20.
Yeah, so there's a chat thing the tab that you click on and you can see all the rolls, and then there is your character sheet and you can actually click on things.
Oh, I know where the things are in the character sheet, but I don't know where they go, and that's what I need to find.
And I don't know where this goes.
And I know for D&D, if you want your initiative to show up in the initiative counter, you have to wait till they bring the initiative thing up, and then you have to click on your little character icon doodad and then hit initiative, because if you do it in another way, sometimes it won't go to the thing.
Fraginator, I quit drinking 2 phase rip sessions ago. Live on camera towards the end.
So he was saying that he wants the phase rip game to end so he can watch Numenera.
Oh, is that what he said?
That's what he told me.
Too bad.
Oh, they're both happening at the same time.
Yeah,
same day. Yeah, that's all right. They get recorded.
Oh, so that's true.
Whichever one you don't watch live, you can go watch pre-record it. One of them has a fully interactive chat. Is all I'm saying.
You could watch Numenera while trying to play phase rip. I'm certain that you've got the brain power for that.
Well, he's actually in the game, so that'd be interesting. I know you know that, but they might not. So yeah, so a lot of games going on, and then you're doing a ton of stuff. There's so much content on the channel now. Do you guys think we're making too much content? Should we slow down or stop?
That's a dangerous question, Dad.
I didn't say I want to do what they say. I just want to know. I'm curious.
Just asking. Yeah, I do 6 hours of shows now. So It's a lot of fun.
Fraginator just said challenge accepted.
Yeah, I mean, if you got part-time job time every week, you can almost get our stuff in.
Solbon, do more. Snyder Farm, no. Raven, no. I know. I'm doing 9 hours of streaming a week now. I think.
No,
Not 9 hours. 9 streams.
Between you got your 5 live chats Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock.
Today
is 6.
Today, and then you've got your games.
Then I got their 3 games. And the 3 games, they're all 2 to 3 hours. So
a lot of hours.
So let's just call that 6.
And then we've got the 10 regular videos that we do here at the studio.
Yeah. So
the studio, right?
Yeah. Hey,
on the set.
There are cameras set up. There are lights that I haven't seen move all week. So they're like almost permanent fixtures that are mobile. And then I've got my 9 o'clock shows Sunday, Thursday, and Friday. And then I've got my game on Saturdays that I run probably every other Saturday. But that's not live. That's recorded. And then I edit out the chunks that are like dice rolling that no one cares about or whatever and put it up.
So James Lilly says, just make a Nerdarchy TV guide.
That's the best. And we get him through... We get him through third shift.
Voltaire's Win says, nope, more content. DM Don says, if you guys are having fun, then no. So
we are doing
Excellent.
that.
We are having fun.
Yeah, so it's funny, though, because we have seen those comments like, I unsubscribe because you guys put out too much content. Like, whatever, man. Like, if you search for D&D content on YouTube, you're probably going to stumble on more of our videos. But in all seriously, like, we do cover a lot of different topics. I mean, most of it is D&D or D&D related. A lot of it can be used for just general RPG games and GM advice. But, we don't expect everyone to watch everything. Like, we just figure we're going to put out some topics that interest some people and not others. And it's like a buffet, man. Eat what you want and leave the rest. Someone else will have it.
They won't go to waste on the internet.
No worries.
And then, of course, there are some of those fans out there who do consume every ounce that we put out there. And, if you're okay with that and that's your cup of tea, thank you.
We're actually blown away when someone's like, I watched all your videos. Like, did you just lock in your house for a month and not leave? Even the gameplays. I'm like, they're like 4 hours long.
But all that being said, if you want to watch my show at 9 p.m. with me and Kineda, Sunday, Thursday, and Friday, I'd be happy with that. If that's all you watch, you got to make some choices in life. Make those choices. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, like I said, and you guys are doing some interesting stuff. That's fun. And also now, all of our streaming is going out to Twitch and Facebook and YouTube, where you're probably watching right now.
Yeah.
Usually with this setup, I have a chat that aggregates everything and sends it to one spot. But with this setup, I cannot use that. I'm gonna have to see if there's some kind of maybe app for my phone or whatever going forward. But we figure it's a cool way to just kind of like spread out amongst the internet and infect everywhere.
Yeah, plus, my phone died, so I'm like.
Plus, after YouTube made some changes, we were going to have to use an encoder anyway and get more techy, regardless of what we actually wanted to do.
So TrueMate says, I can't even think how much time it would take to watch all of Nerdarchy's content at this point.
Yeah, it's getting so hard that Ted can't even fit it all in the in the description anymore.
You just got to do Google Tiny Links for everything.
Yeah,
but the amount of
that'll only take like an hour to transfer.
The amount of time it takes now to just assemble that list, to then go to a shortener would like double or triple that time.
You need an assistant.
That sounds like an intern job.
Well, I'm working on that, but I'm getting some hiccups.
Well, that being said, and maybe you don't know from before or not, the RPG Kickstarter corner that we were doing has been 100% moved over to the website. Before we were putting it in the description to this video, but we just don't have enough characters anymore. We can't fit it, so therefore. we've moved it to the website. We were doing it on the website anyway, but now it's exclusively there. On Sundays it goes up. So if you want to see what's going on for Kickstarters, you can check it out. Also, we're going to be shooting a video later today where we're going to be doing a Gleam contest. And we're going to be giving away products from Easy Roller Dice, maybe from their new Kickstarter, or maybe just metal dice or something cool. We're not entirely sure, but Easy Roller Dice has a Kickstarter going on right now that you guys can check out. They've been supporting Nerdarchy for a long time as sponsors, and even when we were much smaller, so we really appreciate those guys. So when you guys can check them out, that is awesome.
If you did look at last week's Kickstarters, there are a couple that are down to the wire. So I would head over to the site after this is over and go check out the Kickstarter corner. Because when I pulled the link earlier, some of them were like at 10 to 12 hours.
They have to wait till tomorrow.
No, they could go to
last week's. Gotcha.
And check them, because if you were interested in some of them, they are going to go away today. So final opportunity, because if you go tomorrow, they're going to be done.
Going to be done. No more.
So they can check out last Sunday's.
Yes,
Yeah.
from the 25th
article.
The article, Kickstarter corner.
Today is, what is today? Today is the
March 3rd.
March 3rd. So we're in the first. Is there any announcements we got to make?
Or
is that a question I should have asked you 45 minutes ago?
That should have been a question you asked me an hour ago. I totally was not thinking about what day of what week we were in. We're supposed to announce the giveaway for that pile, and I didn't pick a name.
Oh, no!
Go right now.
So this is what I'm going to do, because we're not going to be here to do this next week.
We're going to pick a name?
I'm going to pick a name when this is over, and I'm going to email that person, and at some point in time, we'll do the announcement and say, hey, we sent this to a lucky winner. We're giving away a Tome of Annihilation, a dice set, and a cool dice roller from Easy Roller Dice.
Want to grab the box and show the stuff off?
Absolutely.
So Ted will grab that, show the stuff. We'll just pick the winner off air, and we will email.
So, Tome of Annihilation, as purchased by, Dave or Ted.
We will defile it if you like or not.
So we have the cool dice tray with the awesome wolf symbol on it. It's got the cool lid to go on it so you can travel with your dice. And the color that's been chosen has been the somewhat opaque green. So this is what I'm going to send out once the name has been picked. And I greatly apologize. I'm apparently a slacker.
We will flog him later. Although both me and Ted had a grueling day of shooting yesterday. So
yeah, we're looking to try something new. As Dave mentioned earlier, we had Brian Stillman over to do a full production shoot.
So he's doing his Kickstarter thing?
Oh yeah, Eye of the Beholder Kickstarter is going on right now for the
Art of D&D?
Art of D&D documentary. A really cool thing. Sorry to cut you off.
Yes, okay. Actually, he cut me off. And you just continued the conversation. But so we had this shoot going, and we're looking to try something new. We're hoping that you guys really dig the new videos. It's going to take some time before they start showing up on the channel.
And we're going to trickle them out slow too. We're not doing them all at once. It's actually really expensive to hire a professional film, TV and film guy to come to the set and record the videos.
But he sacrificed his life to the snowstorm. To come.
Well, unfortunately, he did not, or we wouldn't be able to do it again. And
worse, he risked his life.
Even worse, I was thinking, oh my God,
holy crap.
we could lose the footage. It's with Brian.
Yes.
Like, Brian, it could be a little dangerous out there. Be really careful. Understand it's snow and take your time.
Did you get the message that he made it home?
I did. I was talking to him last night. So that's really cool. Someone asked a question, and Justin Harris, seriously, how do I enter this drawing? This particular drawing, you need a TARDIS and time travel. But future drawings, all you need to do is be a patron of Nerdarchy, any level, even $1. What is the value of the giveaway?
But
anyway, forget it. Even at $1 level, you're automatically entered. Or you can send us.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Or you can send us. We have like this form you fill out and mail to us. It's over on the website under contest, right? So,
yes, sir. So your Tome of Annihilation has an MSRP of $49.95. Your dice are about $5-6 depending upon where you wind up going. And do you have any idea how much the dice trays typically are? They're like 20, 25?
Something like that. Sounds good. Let's call it that.
All right, so we'll say 20. We'll say 5. So $75 giveaway for, the low cost of, mailing us a sheet of paper or pledging $1 a month.
Yeah, you can literally support us for 75 months and you'll break even. If you win one time with this giveaway. They vary, but we do try and do cool ones every month. So
let's say we do like $50 to $100 on the average.
Yeah, that's what we try to angle it in. As a bit of a teaser, we mentioned while ago that Invisible Sun came out and we backed for 3 copies.
Invisible Sun.
Yeah, so we're giving away 2
so
copies.
We're going to give away 2 copies, and those things are $300 a piece.
I think it's 200. I think it's 200.
Okay, I could be wrong, but I thought I remembered 300 a piece. So those are going to be, when they show up, those are going to be added to the giveaway pile to send out to you guys at some point in time. So we look to just kind of keep up in the ante. I had something that happened, and I wound up making characters for like 3D printed characters for the players in my game, and I wound up with some extra. So that's going to be a giveaway, and custom printed miniatures, $25, $30 a piece, and I've got a selection of them that are going to go into a drawing at some point in time as well. So lots of fun.
Snyder Forum. Dave's got to pay for beer coloring song. You got that, damn Skippy. I'm more concerned with things like my mortgage and feeding the kids, but beer coloring is pretty important too.
Yeah, how else is he gonna confuse TV producers about
who I am,
who he is,
like a ninja disguised self. So I was gonna say something I totally forgot. It's gone, and it's gone. Oh, Beardomancy. That's what I wanted to talk about. Beardomancy.
Well, at some point in time, we have to make Beardomancy.
It'll happen. And also, too, we're getting close. We're going to be changing how we do Patreon a little bit. And I think you guys are going to really like it. We're going to be turning up the heat over there soon. But when we do, we're going to give away a free month to everybody. Like, these are the rewards. Everyone's going to get them, so stay tuned for that. A good place to actually make sure you're on the list to receive that is by joining the newsletter. And also the newsletter is going to teach you how to game with Nerdarchy as well.
There you go.
So, all of that stuff. Justin Harris, I pay a mortgage and live alone. It can't be hard to spend any money. Oh, man. I feel you.
$1. That's like one less than dollar store coffee or soda.
I see it as like a convenience thing. It's like pay to print the thing out, fill it out, and remember to send it every month, or just.
Yeah, and we're closing in on 200 patrons. So, and also always, guys, thank you for those that are patrons. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. And we are almost to the 200 mark, which I think that's pretty exciting.
That's really great.
Well,
and almost to 60,000 subs.
Yeah, it's climbing pretty quick. We're doing like 4,000 last month, I think. So it's pretty crazy.
Kineta, thank you for putting the link in there.
Soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Taken 20 just showed up.
Hey, what's up, my man, Cody?
Hey, Cody.
I was just telling everyone how we're going to be pounding around and hanging out at Origins. He was actually going to bail on us. Well, actually, he was going on a cruise, but the cruise got moved, so
Well,
perfect.
fortuitous. And he gets to go on a cruise and gets to hang out at Origins.
So Justin says, my drink offer still stands when you visit Washington, especially with that awesome iced tea for Ted.
I think Cody was trying to get us to go to Washington for PaizoCon. He's like, what can I do to get you guys to PaizoCon? I'm like, have Paizo put out a game we kind of play. Look, and I have nothing against Starfinder, Pathfinder, or anything they do over there. They put together fabulous books. I actually love looking at their books, but we don't really play. We don't really play those games.
Well, didn't you say there's a price for everything?
But there is a price for everything. That is true.
So, I mean, we could discuss, Cody.
Taking 20. Gen Con Saturday night is my B-Day. Buddy, we're going to tear it up. When is your birthday?
Apparently Saturday during Gen Con.
I don't know the date though. That's not a date.
You can look it up.
Every Saturday, Gen Con is Cody's birthday, no matter the date. I know I can look it up, but he's out there, so I asked. He's got it, but I also have an August birthday, and so does Ted. We can just celebrate all our birthdays, man.
That'd be awesome.
We'll all just get hammered. Just watch. Ted gets a little crazy when he drinks.
Yeah, I can tell you, every time I've been drunk, it's been nuts. Every time.
He says the 4th, the same as Obama. So my birthday is on the 1st, and Ted's the 11th. My daughter's is the 7th.
What was the 8th?
I think it's the 7th. Okay. Although I do get confused because it's the same day as my dad's, and I can never remember if it's 7 days after mine or the 7th. Now you got me questioning. I think it's the 7th. Leo's unite. Let us roar.
Rawr.
Boom. Dorks. We're such dorks.
I was gonna say nerds, but yeah.
But yeah, we actually do want to do the trek around the world. So we want to do eventually we will do the Nerdarchy World Tour. It will happen. Live
Just
like
completely
nerdy
ditch our families.
Yeah. Overrated. Nerdy rock stars.
Tour bus.
The RV.
Yeah, the RV, the Nerd Arc, because we
yeah.
travel around in it. It's like
I would be like if we could do that and just bring them all with us, but Nate's family alone will exceed capacity.
Yeah.
He's got like 30 kids.
we would need one of those
We need a
converted
show.
school buses.
We need a really big show.
Yeah, with a shoe on top. Converted school bus with a shoe on top.
I think my kids are too clingy for you. You wouldn't want to travel with them.
No, your kids are so obnoxious. And literally, like the other day, Ted's daughter is like taking a stick and shoving it in my face. I'm like, why are you doing this? And then Ted takes it away from her, totally not paying attention to what she's doing. And then he's putting it in my face. I'm like, now it makes sense. I understand. Don't blame the child. Look, guys, I can't make this stuff up.
He says the other day it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
It's fresh in the mind.
But she's my favorite niece. What can I say? She gets the pass.
She's your only niece.
Hey, winning is winning. It doesn't matter how you get there. The default setting, whatever.
So we've had quite the odd loops of conversations in this particular live chat.
Yeah, I was
Let's
gonna
say.
We've played quite a few one shots with fans at this point. I've lost count of how many fans we've played with at this point.
We've done at least one a month.
For probably the last
2
3
years.
years.
At least 2 years.
At least 2 years.
Plus, whenever we show up someplace, we'll do something. We did
Well,
a couple games at Geek Fest.
We didn't do the newsletter the first year, and when we started the newsletter is when we started gaming with fans. So that's at least 3 years.
I gotta do the newsletter. Like, ah.
Yeah, I realize mine is while we're away, so I have to figure out how that's going to happen.
And we also, we can schedule it. We can we've also done impromptu games, but still 36 times basically like 4. If we average it out, it's a lot of fans. And plus like the times where we just show up places and there's a couple fans there and we get a game going.
Did you guys play when you went to LA?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we each ran a game at the same time.
You played in Florida too.
He
Right
ran a
before,
game in Florida.
right before he went on the cruise.
And then Ted ran one on the cruise.
Yeah, we played on the cruise.
So those are extra games. I've pulled some random people when I've been down players for the RPG Crate game.
So, Valor, Home, Kittleson, cast of Nerdarchy, how would you homebrew a half ogre? I played a half ogre in the Saber Dice game called Jogo the Giant, and basically I think Goliaths make awesome half giants or half ogres, and I actually don't like Goliaths for what they are. I don't know why. I hate Goliaths.
So,
But turning it into a half ogre's fine.
Yeah, or Giantkin or something.
So
yeah.
Mike Francis Jr., thank you so much for the super chat. That is awesome. He says keep up the good content.
I don't know about the good content, but we'll keep up the content.
Thank you very much.
We does what we does.
Any bad content you can just ignore.
So my half ogre, I would say, it could be similar to the Goliath, but I think I gave him. Oh, I did one back.
Oh, we did make one change. We got rid of Mountain Acclamation, and gave him dark vision.
Oh, okay. I didn't know ogres had dark vision.
I think they do. I don't know if they do or not.
Maybe
That's what we did.
Half ogres are special. They get special powers.
I mean, I would have no problems if you want to say you're a half ogre and you just take the half orc stats. I got no problem with that.
And I did something where it was with like ogre belly or something like that. Basically, you could eat almost anything, and it not make you sick.
Basically, the gourmand feat.
Oh yeah, sure. You can like, oh, I ate a couple rocks. It helps me my digestion.
That's
I
how
ate
digest.
this rotten chicken. I ate this, whatever, and it doesn't make you sick.
Cody's saying people love Jogo.
Yeah, heck yeah,
No.
a pot of mind protection from Justin Harris. He was a lot of fun to play. Let me tell you though, pots do not make good helmets. They just not stay in place. It was very dangerous. I was fairly certain I was going to smash my monitor at some point or another.
You just need a little pad insert, and it would have just been boom right there.
So Comrade says, I saved my character from Dave's game and immortalized Thragar.
Yeah, the characters in that game were great, and they totally like destroyed my last encounter by not participating in it.
This was your Sunday night game?
Yeah. Like I had this plan that they're going to go rescue this aristocrat's, this banker's son from becoming taking a warlock pact. And one of the characters was actually a warlock, and they looked over the contracts and this seems to be in order. I'm not getting involved. And then intimidated my sorcerer paladin and rolled like a 27, and Comrade just went with it and was like, "Yep, I'm scared," and left the room. And then the other character, the dwarven fighter, was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to try and fix this by myself because you're not taking part. You left. I guess we're gonna watch him." And so this character, the monster, did the ritual and turned the character into a tiefling, and they drug him back to his dad. And they're like, we completed our bargain, our deal.
We got him back.
We brought him back. He's alive.
He just happens to be fiendish now.
And then the villainess was actually, I described her like Elvira.
Nice.
Like that, that was my envisioning. But then, like, one of the characters used True Sight to reveal that she was like, Elvira is like everything is kind of showing, but once he did the True Sight, and it's like there was like nothing showing, completely bedecked in full plate, black raven wings, fiendish countenance, coiled whip, sword, and also her goblin footman, who came up to like their waist, was actually like a Bergest. Is that
Oh,
how you
yeah.
say it? Yeah. So they got the whole like wolf feature, and
cool.
then she also had like a giant tarantula like crawling on her, and which turned out to be an imp.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So it was going to be a fun fight, and I'm not sure how well they would have did because I had 3 players instead of 4.
Mm-hmm.
But they just totally went through it, so it became a whole role playing thing. It was. I thought it was fun. They seemed to have fun, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they still seceded.
they got paid.
Hey, when you do the job well enough, you still get your paycheck.
Comrade said it was super fun. So what level was it?
They were 12th.
12th? Nice.
Yeah.
So we are a little past 3. If we wanted to, pull the plug here and get to our other videos and play our games this evening. And
That sounds like a plan. And thanks again for the super check. And thanks everyone for hanging out with us. Oh, and remember, if you're in Ohio, there's a form, a survey to fill out in the description if you want to hang out with us and do the thing. So until next time, stay nerdy.